Hey, it's your girl Crystal Basket Case here. Basket Case. Hey guys. Okay, I'm back in the design room today. I've been challenged to come up with something creative for um an event that someone is hiring me to design again. Um, this time it's kind of a gift basket, but it's a gift card basket. Okay, so when I say that, I mean they have given me a bunch of gift cards. Okay, and the theme of their event is Dollar Days. Dollar Days is what it was. And they've given me some fake pink $100 bills. Okay. And she said that she wants to kind of go with the theme of money growing on trees. Okay. So she gave me this cute little pink, dusty pink flower pot looking basket and asked me could I design something really, really cute along the lines of a money tree per se. Okay. So what I did was I went to my trusty Cricut machine, which I absolutely love. I've been doing Cricut for many, many years now, designing baskets and just all kinds of crafts and things of that nature. As I've told you before, I have a women's ministry, so we were always coming up with cute, neat ideas when I would do retreats and things like that. So what I did was, like I said, I went to my Cricut and found this image. Let me see if I can turn it around just a little bit so you can see it. Okay, there you go. I found this image of this tree. Okay, I'm gonna take out the leaves because I don't need those. So what I'm gonna do is print this tree, and instead of the leaves like you just saw, let me zoom that back in for you. The flowers or the leaves on the trees, I'm gonna take that out and replace it with the gift cards and maybe some of these dollars. Okay, not really sure how I'm gonna attempt this, but I'm gonna attempt it. I think with my creativity, I got my creative juices flowing. I think we're gonna be good. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and I cut out the, let me turn this away from the, you don't need the Cricut anymore. I went ahead and cut out the base of the tree. And of course, they want everything pink. So that's what we're going to go with. Cut out the base of the tree. And then this is kind of what it's going to look like. And then, of course, we will take the gift cards and things of that nature and just kind of tape them on there. And then sit it kind of in the pot with the gift cards and maybe some ribbon and some grass or something down in there for sure. Okay. All right. So like I said, I've taken the liberty to go ahead and do a couple of these. I did front and back. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, because I need it to be a little sturdy, I cut them in duplicates. Okay. And then I just had a piece of a pink box actually that I wasn't using. It could be any color. It just happened to be pink, but it could be any color. So I'm just going to use this. I cut kind of a semicircle, just rough cut with my scissors. Didn't need to be perfect, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue dot this on here, and then I'm gonna put the back on here like so. Okay, course, I'm going to get it straight. I did that because I need something sturdy in the inside. Okay, I need a piece of cardboard in the inside. All right, of course, I don't have my glue dots here on the table, and I need them. So I'm going to grab those and come back, and we're going to see how this is going to work out. Fingers crossed. Okay, I've got my glue dots. Trusty little glue dots here. And let's tilt that down. Okay, so I went ahead and I glue dotted this cardboard onto one side. And now we're just going to cover that up with the other side of our tree. We're going to get that as straight as we possibly can. And I think that looks good. Okay. So let's get some more glue dots on here. Move that down so it won't move. And then let's glue dot the rest of this. Now, I know y'all saying, whew, that looks like it's time consuming. It really wasn't time consuming, but you know what? When customers are paying, I try to give them what it is they want. So, she asked for creative, and I think that's what we're going to attempt to do. Oh, that's great. And it has some weight to it, okay? The point is I don't want it to be flimsy, okay? So they have some cardboard in the inside of that. This, I'm going to do the same thing. Went ahead and took a piece of board, and I'm just going to glue it right on the back of, let me see. Am I going to do that? How about that, like this? And you know what? I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to use for that is skewers, because I'm going to need something to stick down to get that tree to stand up straight. Okay, so we're just going to just that down, just like that. Okay, so we're just going to glue dot the branch on the tree. Glue dots are a lot of paper going on here. Okay, so let's just glue dot a few there. All right, Crystal, get it right. Ah, voila. Okay. Okay. Oh. Kind of sort of like we're in kindergarten class. That up like that. Okay. So that's going to be the front, and we're going to do the same thing on the back. I have a little hot glue here too. I didn't want to put too much hot glue because I didn't want it to be bulky, but I'm going to need a little of that hot glue for those skewers. So, right out of view, sorry. I went ahead and hot glued just the edges. And then we're going to put the back of this tree down. Now, I'm going to leave an opening here, okay, because I'm going to put that skewer back there. But I really want to get this straight. Ah, perfect. All right. All right, guys, let's see if we can get this hot glue down. I'm going to use hot glue for this part because that's the part that's going to hold that skewer. I have a much nicer glue gun, but I didn't have it in reach. So I have so many of these things hanging around here. So I just grabbed the first thing that I could get to. Okay, so again, let me raise it up. There it is. This is the front. That's gonna be the back. I'm gonna glue that down in just a second, okay? Remember, okay, these skewers, we all know what these are. I'm gonna put that right in the middle of the back. Like so, okay? Because I want them sticking out under the bottom because we're gonna need to anchor this down with some styrofoam, basically to get it to set up in their little bucket or flower pot or basket. All right, so let's put this hot glue down as well. I really should have put in my electric glue gun, but I don't know. I got this, so I'm working with it. Uh-oh, that's my puppy. Probably hurt somebody at the door. All right, guys, and now we're just gonna glue those sides down. So those skewers would stay put. I'm gonna glue them as well. There we go. All right, give that a second, let it cool. All right, guys, bear with me. I think someone's at my door because I keep hearing the dog. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm sorry, I'm back. That was some kids outside playing and the dog heard them. Okay, so let me tilt this up a little bit. This is what we've got so far, okay? Again, they asked for everything in pink, so we made the tree pink, and we're gonna call it our little cherry blossom tree, since cherry blossoms usually sprout pink. All right, so what we're gonna do now is they gave us a bunch of these little counterfeit $100 fake bills, and I am going to, because it is a money tree, we're gonna put them on there like so. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt this camera down, and we're gonna get those taped on here. No particular order, just get them on there. So, okay, glue that one really well. Okay, and let's see. Let's get some tape on here. Some more transparent tape. Probably gonna take that one. Okay, we'll take it that way. All right. Again, these items were provided to me for the person that's purchasing this. Okay. Now what we're going to do is turn it over on the back. Okay. And do the same thing with those dollars. Since I have a ton of them, we're just going to use them. That'll give it some visual interest on the back as well. Okay, I have a few left over. We'll maybe put those down in the pot, like the money is falling off the tree. Yeah, we'll try that. Let me, one more piece of that tape. Get that secured on here really well. Okay. All right, let's see. So far, so good. Raise this camera up. And so far, this is what we have. Again, we have all these little gift cards. So we're going to stick those on here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to come back and show you what we came up with. All right, guys, I am back. And I have gotten all my gift cards attached to our tree. Okay. Then I just went back on my little Cricut machine and I printed out some little flowers. I cut out some little flowers. So let's attach those. Put that down. Let's attach those. Give it a little something. I think I'm going to put a little green on here someplace. Because let me tell you, I know they wanted pink, but that's a lot of pink. All right, so let's hot glue on here. And again, put that down. It's just like a little money tree type thing, and so nothing has to be, you know, perfect. Because the most important thing on our little money tree are the gift cards. And we're gonna, now notice, when I'm hot gluing these things down, I'm not gluing or anything on the cards themselves to damage the cards, okay? So it's just hot glued on this fake money and then on the back of the tree. All right, and let's see, we got one more. Where are we gonna put that one? Maybe right there in the middle. Let's see. Do we want it in the middle? Do we want it on top? Let's put it right there on top. Okay. So we got some little hot pink glitter flowers that's on there. I may come back and do a little bit of greenery. Okay. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gift cards, and we put them all on the front so they can be seen. And I'm so sorry. Let me get this call. Sorry about that call coming in, guys. I needed to get it. It was an appointment. Anyway, calling to confirm. All right. So while I was on the phone, I went ahead and I printed out these little leaves. Okay. I showed you the flowers, and these are the little leaves. And let me show you. I'm going to tilt the camera down. Okay. And this is kind of what I've come up with the leaves on the little flowers. And I have a couple more that I just want to put in here just to give a little color, okay? And what I did was I just taped them down because they're very, very thin. And hot glue would have been too heavy, okay? And that tape is working just fine. All right, I think it came out cute so far. Okay, and this is our little money tree. All right, I think I have a few more leaves. I think I'm going to strategically place those on here. I really should have angled this camera a lot better, but I didn't have my the tripod that I needed handy, so for that I am so sorry. Hope I'm not making you guys dizzy with all this back and forth and up and down. All right, so I'm just strategically placing those little leaves on the tree. I don't know about you guys, but I think it came out rather cute. Okay, for a little impromptu art project. All right, so I took this little basket, and that's some styrofoam that I had. Okay, so what I did was I hot glued the styrofoam onto a piece of cardboard down there as not to damage the basket because it is cloth. Okay, so you could pull that whole thing out and the basket will still be intact. All right, so I am going to proceed to put this down in this styrofoam, but I most assuredly am going to have to stuff it with a lot of paper to basically hold it in place. All right, so let's see. Let me shut down this, and bear with me. I'll cover that up because it's a distraction. And one more time, let's angle this camera up. I'm going to take our money tree. Like I said, I think it came out really cute. And we're going to anchor it down right like so in that cardboard. In that styrofoam. Okay. So that is kind of what we're dealing with here. It's in there pretty sturdy. So now what I'm going to do, good old Hobby Lobby paper, and we're going to stuff this down in there, and that's going to anchor that styrofoam and hold it really tight down in there. And it's also going to allow us to build the basket up. And we're going to come in and put our shred around it. All right. Sorry about that if y'all heard that. Of course, that was my kids. Okay, so let's get that stuff down here with some additional paper. That styrofoam, those skewers really holding that styrofoam up there really well. A couple more pieces of paper because I want to build it up so we don't have to use so much shred. Okay, we just kind of want this enough shred to cover. All right. Guys, I think this is going to be a winner. I see one little spot on here. I like some tape. It was opening right there in the side. Put a little piece of transparent tape there. I think I'm going to tie a little ribbon somewhere around this as well. Okay. She gave me pink shred, so I'm just going to use this because she gave it to me. I probably would have put green, but she gave me this, so we're going to use what she's provided. Let's get that shred down in there. I think this is so cute, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Okay? I might add some more little, I have some little flowers on a bush, little silk flowers. I might put that down in there just to give it a little extra something. Okay? But for the most part, there you have it. Okay? And that is our gift card money tree. I think I may put a little something down in there just to give it maybe a little bit more color. But it's holding up pretty sturdy, guys. I'm not going to shrink wrap this, of course. I might tie a little bow right around here. That would be really, really cute. I have some cello wrap. I may just cello wrap it, or I may not wrap it at all. I mean, I don't really see why it needs to be wrapped. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay? All right, guys. This is Crystal with a basket case. They asked for a creative money tree, so this is the concept that I came up with. Let me know in the comments if you like it. If I haven't said it before, I think I did. Please like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I sure would appreciate it. And before you go, if you give the video a thumbs up, I sure would appreciate it. Hey guys, thanks. Until the next video, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.